My beloved child, listen now. My voice calls you urgently from the depths of eternity. I have woven your destiny with my own hand, and every moment away from my truth is a moment lost in the shadows. Stay with me until the end of this message, for within these sacred words lies the power to transform your life beyond measure. Hurry, for the time is short, and my promise of everlasting love and guidance awaits you. Remember, every act of kindness, no matter the size, is profoundly valued and appreciated. My beloved child, I see your heart. I know your struggles and your fears. The world continues to darken, and deception rushes in like a flood. Many have turned aside to follow their own desires, forgetting the truth I have spoken. Though my words stand firm, they choose comfort over conviction, pleasure over purity. Do you not notice the signs? Do you not sense the urgency? I call you to awaken, to open your eyes. The hour is far spent, and the enemy uses great cunning. He cloaks falsehood as truth, warping minds and misleading hearts. Many follow blindly, embracing what pleases them rather than what is right. My child, do not walk that path. Hold fast to what I have given you. The way is narrow, and few choose it. Many desire the broad road, easy and wide, but it ends in destruction. I have shown you the way, yet some hesitate, clinging to temporary things and ignoring the eternal. Do not be deceived. The world offers promises it cannot keep, but I am faithful. What I have declared will come to pass. I warn you, trials will come. Though darkness grows, so does my light. You are never alone, even if it seems so. When the world rejects you, recall that it rejected me first, mocking, ridiculing, and persecuting. Yet I endured it for your sake. Will you stand for me as I stood for you? Many grow weary and lose heart. They turn to human solutions instead of seeking my voice. They rely on failing systems and place their trust in leaders who do not walk in my ways. I call you higher, deeper, closer. Fix your gaze on the realm above, not on the shifting sands of this earth. Temptations call for your attention. The enemy knows his time is short and works with urgency, offering distractions and whispering lies that stir doubt. Stand firm. Resist him. I have given you authority, my word, and my spirit. Use them. You are not unarmed. The days ahead will test many. Hearts will be unmasked, motives revealed. Those whose foundation is in me will stand, but those trusting their own wisdom will collapse. Search your soul. Where is your true foundation? Is it built on me or on the work of your own hands? My beloved, do not let your heart grow cold. The love of many is diminishing, hardened by sin and selfishness. Remain tender before me. Seek my presence every day. Talk with me. Walk with me. I long for closeness, not lifeless rituals. Do not resemble those who honor me with their words, yet keep their hearts distant. I am coming. My return is near. Some scoff, convinced that life remains as it always has, but they are blind to what unfolds. The warnings are plain, yet many refuse to see, chasing pleasures while ignoring the call to repent. Do not be among them. My spirit convicts and draws people in, but many push it away. They mute my voice with noise, drowning out truth with distraction. Be still, listen, seek. I will reveal what you need. I am speaking. Are you listening? You feel the heaviness of this world, the press of your burdens. I see it. Bring them to me. Do not carry what I have already taken upon myself. Trust me. Surrender your worries, fears, and uncertainties. Your future is safe in my hands. The enemy wants to ensnare you with fear, but I have granted you freedom. Walk in it. As the world darkens, let my light within you shine more brightly. Do not hide it. Do not retreat. Speak truth, even when it is unwelcome. Stand fast, even when others yield. I empower those who place their trust in me. You are never alone. False voices clamor, declaring peace where there is none. They soothe with empty words, refusing to call for repentance. Beware of their path. They mislead multitudes, feeding lies in place of truth. My sheep know my voice. Stay close to me, and you will not be fooled. A season of testing is at hand, and the fire will refine. The storms will shake. Those who abide in me will endure. Fear not what lies ahead. I go before you. I walk with you. Cling to my word, for it is your steady anchor in the tempest. Some will abandon faith, angered by truth. They will mock, persecute, and betray. Love them, pray for them, but do not join them. Stand unyielding on what I have spoken. The world changes, but I do not. My promises remain. I call you to a deeper place. Draw near. Cast aside what holds you back. Time grows short. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Will you be faithful? Will you go where I direct? Speak what I place in your heart. Do not delay. I see your pain and questions. I am not remote. I am near. Even when you cannot sense me, I am moving on your behalf. Trust what you cannot see. Walk by faith, not by sight. I guide you, even through unclear paths. Prepare your heart. Reinforce your faith. Though trials come, they will not conquer you. I am your shield, your safe haven. Remain in me. Pursue my kingdom first, and I will supply all your needs. Do not chase after the world. It cannot fulfill you. My beloved, I warn you because I love you. Do not dismiss these words. Seek me while there is time. The door is still open, but it will soon close. Many will cry out, but it will be too late. Today is the day. Now is the hour. My beloved child, the winds are shifting, carrying subtle omens of what draws near. With every breath, the appointed time comes closer, yet many live as if nothing will change. They race after fleeting ambitions, binding themselves in the traps of false security. But what is built on sand will not endure the rising tide. All that is not anchored in my truth will crumble, leaving ruin where people once put their trust. Creation groans for redemption, yet many hearts remain cold, deaf to its cries. The heavens reveal signs, but who among you pays attention? Shadows grow across nations, whispering of judgments foretold. Still mercy lingers at the door, waiting for those who will listen. I extend my hand, but few take hold of it, favoring the familiar chains they have made for themselves. They wander empty lands, seeking what cannot satisfy. They drink from wells without water and eat bread that brings no sustenance. They devour knowledge but remain hollow, for wisdom without righteousness is a barren field, yielding no harvest. They pursue enlightenment but stumble into deeper darkness, for light apart from me is illusion, leading only to ruin. A false peace arrives like morning fog, seemingly harmless, yet hiding a deep divide beneath. Leaders arise with reassuring words, yet harbor destruction in their hearts. They set traps for the unsuspecting, offering compromise disguised as unity. Many will accept what appears harmless, only to find themselves entangled in bonds they cannot sever. They will trade their freedom for comfort, oblivious to the cost until it is beyond repair. I see where evil breeds behind closed doors. In secret chambers, people conspire, believing their actions go unseen. They whisper in hidden places, forming plans to exalt themselves while oppressing the innocent. Yet nothing is truly hidden from me. All will be revealed. Their own corruption will weigh them down, and what they built in darkness will be exposed by my judgment. The world's rulers wield power as if it were endless, but their thrones are dust before me. They construct empires doomed to fail, clinging to wealth that fades like smoke. Their dominion is an illusion, for nations rise and fall at my command. Anyone who trusts in earthly might will stand empty-handed when the shaking begins. The seas will rage, mountains will quake, and the foundations of the earth will shift. Even what seemed invincible will be uprooted. What appeared immovable will be carried away. People will cry out for refuge, but they will find none unless they are established in me. Those who mocked my warnings will tremble, for the moment they dismissed will arrive without warning. Many claim to follow me while their hearts remain distant. They speak my name yet fail to recognize my voice. They raise their hands in worship while their feet tread paths of rebellion. They profess devotion yet will not obey. Do they not realize I desire transformed hearts, not hollow words? Outward displays of righteousness mean nothing when the soul is barren. My word has been twisted to suit desires rather than truth. Countless teachers have reshaped my message, aiming to please rather than to convict. They dread being spurned by humanity more than displeasing the Almighty. They discard what offends, water down what calls for sacrifice, and offer a gospel that demands nothing. Yet remember, your salvation was bought with my blood. A faith without surrender is no faith at all. Even now, the battle is intensifying. An unseen war rages beyond your sight. Powers move, strategies unfold, and the enemy gathers his forces. He does not sleep or relent. He notes your weaknesses, placing snares in your most vulnerable places. Yet I have given you armor, spiritual weapons, a power not of this world. Many, however, remain defenseless, unaware of the imminent danger. Your battle is not with the visible, but with forces operating in the shadows. Deceptive spirits whisper lies, twisting truth until even the steadfast begin to doubt. Strongholds rise in the minds of those who do not guard their thoughts. The enemy sows seeds of uncertainty, cultivating despair where faith once thrived. He exploits every unhealed wound, using pain as a gateway for ruin. I have called my people to be lights in darkness, yet many have concealed their lamps, fearing consequences for shining too boldly. They choose silence when they should speak, conformity when they should stand apart. Do you not know you were set apart for purpose? You were chosen not to blend in, but to bring transformation. This world does not need another echo of its own voice. It needs the resonance of truth, steady and unapologetic. Already, a line is being drawn. Those who claim to serve me in name alone will be laid bare. The fire will test every heart, separating what is real from what is counterfeit. Many will fall away, not because they lost faith, but because they never truly possessed it. When the cost of following me becomes steep, only those rooted in me will endure. The refining has begun. I am separating wheat from chaff, sheep from goats, truth from deception. Those who pursue comfort over my presence will not stand. Those who crave worldly approval more than mine will stumble. Those who live for themselves rather than for my kingdom will see their foundations disintegrate. Do not wait for another sign or further confirmation. The warnings have been given. The call has gone out. You must decide whom you will serve. To delay is to choose the world. To waver is to walk away. There is no neutral ground. Either you stand with me or you stand against me. Either you gather with me or you scatter. I knock at the door, but many refuse to open, clinging to treasures they cannot keep. They pause, fearing the cost of surrender. They wait, convinced they have all the time in the world. But time is not in your power. You do not know when your opportunity will end. I see every heart, every motive. Nothing is hidden from me. Countless souls believe they can serve two masters, invoking my name, yet pursuing their own desires. They fool only themselves. The path of compromise leads to destruction. You cannot share in my cup while drinking from the world. You must choose. To the weary, I say, my strength is enough. To the fearful, I declare, I am your shelter. To the uncertain, I remind, my promises never fail. But you must come. You must lay your burdens down before me, release what chains you, and trust beyond what you see. The last hour is drawing near, the stage is set, and the storm is gathering. But I have not withdrawn. My arm is not weak, nor is my power reduced. I remain sovereign over all. Yet I will not compel you to take refuge in my presence. The choice is yours. Come now, before the door closes. Come before night engulfs you. Come while my mercy still beckons, for soon every word spoken will be fulfilled. For soon everything I have declared will be fulfilled. The sky will darken, and the earth will groan under the weight of what is coming. A hush will settle before the tempest, deceiving many into thinking all is well. They will carry on as if nothing has changed, blind to the shifting ground. Final warnings will echo, but few will grasp their meaning. Many will scoff, dismissing those who discern the signs as alarmists or fearmongers, ignoring the truth emerging right before them. Nations will rise against one another, alliances will fracture, and those once called brothers will become foes. Greed will fuel conflict. Deception will justify it. The innocent will suffer, while the powerful plot in secret. Wealth will be hoarded by a small number, and countless will cry out in desperation. The rulers of the world will promise peace, but their words are hollow, tainted by corruption. Though the righteous are silenced publicly, their prayers thunder in the heavens. Their pleas will not go unheard. I listen to the faithful, even when the world turns away. Though they are scorned and cast aside, their names are etched in a place no one can erase. The earth will quake as never before, and the seas will surge beyond their boundaries, consuming what humanity built in arrogance. Entire lands will tremble, swallowing the pride of those who believed themselves invulnerable. Mighty cities, monuments of human achievement, will collapse in moments. Towers raised to the skies will be laid low. Those who gloried in their own strength will lament its sudden loss. The air itself will carry whispers of dread, as many hearts fail at the sight of these events. Some will plead for mercy, yet remain unrepentant. They will rage against what they do not understand, shaking their fists toward heaven while denying what truly unfolds. They will seek refuge in their own wisdom, but find none. They will look to leaders for rescue, only to see their leaders equally lost. A great deception is coming, so cunning that even the wise will struggle to perceive it. It will appear as light, clothed in unity and hope, pledging solutions for chaos and stability in uncertain times. The world, desperate for order, will embrace it, unaware of its true cost. Those who are not firmly grounded will be swept away, mistaking safety for freedom. Technology will become a means of enslavement, although it will first seem a convenience. What is voluntary now will soon be mandatory. These emerging systems will not serve humanity but control it, tracking, measuring, and restricting under the banner of security. Many will rejoice at these developments, mocking those who resist, but in time they will realize how deeply they are bound. False voices will claim to represent righteousness, yet guide many astray. They will wear the attire of truth but carry venom in their speech. They will distort my teachings to suit desires, insisting that what I once called sin is now acceptable. They will claim I have changed, evolving with the times. Yet I do not change. My word remains unshaken, no matter how people try to rewrite it. Even in my own house, there will be those who betray me, pastors and teachers who once led my flock but turn away from truth to gain favor and comfort. They will trade my gospel for another that offends no one, demands nothing, and tolerates everything. The world will applaud them, but to me they will be strangers. Those who follow these guides will stumble, thinking they walk in light while actually stepping into darkness. A clear division is coming. No more will there be space for lukewarm faith. No one will stand in the middle, torn between devotion and self-interest. The season of separation has started. Every heart will be tested, every soul weighed. Those genuinely mine will shine like stars against the deepening night, steadfast, unshaken, ready to face whatever comes. Though cast out by the world, I will strengthen them. Though scorned, they will never be forsaken. Though they suffer, their suffering is not without purpose. I am present, unseen yet always near, silent yet always speaking, hidden yet faithfully guiding. Their perseverance will be a testament, their loyalty a beacon, their love a weapon against the darkness. The enemy, aware that his time is short, assaults the faithful with fury, hoping to break or silence them. But those who abide in me will not be moved. They conquer not by their own strength or by worldly might, but by my spirit. Their courage is not of this earth. Their wisdom comes from above. They will stride through fires untouched, stand against the floods undaunted. The days to come will surpass anything you have known. I have given ample warning, yet many refuse to heed it. They chase distractions, numbing themselves with entertainment, drowning out truth with constant noise. They scroll and watch, filling their minds with empty things, while eternity hangs in the balance. They laugh at those who speak of what is coming, unaware that soon they will witness it themselves. Do not be among them. Do not drift into complacency or cling to the illusion that more time remains. Each day slips away with no delay. What once seemed distant is now at the threshold. What was spoken as prophecy is becoming reality before your eyes. Ready your hearts, fortify your faith. The path ahead will not be smooth, but it will not be walked alone. I go before you, stand beside you, and dwell within you. You are not forsaken, no matter how fiercely the storm rages. In the end, The faithful will gleam like lamps in the night. The righteous will endure. Truth will prevail. Though the world quakes, my kingdom is unshakable. Though the wicked devise schemes, their plans will collapse. Those who stand with me will never be put to shame. Remain steadfast. Stay alert. Do not let sorrow weigh you down. Soon, all that has been hidden will come to light. Soon, every knee will bow. Every veil of illusion will fall, exposing the fragile foundation upon which the world trusted. Those who secured themselves with wealth will find it worthless in an instant. The strong will be humbled, and the worldly wise will be baffled. Those who sneered at truth will desperately search for it, but many will discover only echoes of what they dismissed. Calamity will not sound a trumpet. It will strike suddenly, like a thief in the night. The infrastructures of humanity will fail. The comforts once clung to will vanish in a moment. The routines people assumed would go on forever will be shattered. What was predictable will become uncertain. Even then, many will deny the approaching storm. Voices will demand answers, seeking scapegoats. Some will rail at heaven, others will turn against neighbors. Betrayals will grow. Let my loving gaze lift shame and fear's stronghold. You have nothing to prove, nothing to earn in me. You are already approved, celebrated, and complete. This is your unshakable identity from which to wage warfare against evil forces trying to deceive you. Rise up now. Decree freedom over captives, beginning with your own mind and heart. Break old agreements made with lies that exalted themselves against my knowledge. Hell's foundations are demolished as you stand firm in who I declare you to be. Exercise the authority given to you through my name and finished work. How I love to show myself strong through you, beloved one. My beloved child, I see you continuing to persevere despite the intensity of the battle. You grow weary at times, yet your spirit compels you onward. You feel the strain in every fiber of your being, crying out for rest, and still you press forward in obedience to my call. This laboring unto harvest brings me great joy. I see your grit, your refusal to quit or collapse in resignation beneath the weight of the enemy's attack. Your faith resonates stronger than before. Obedience has birthed courage and confidence. Opposition, my passion, is alive within you. You have given me raw materials to craft glory from the crushed grapes from which flows new wine. Beauty is taking form from the formless. Strength is rising from the powerless. This has always been my way, my child. Raising life from barrenness, kindling hope from crushed dreams to demonstrate true glory. I require surrendered clay, a willingness to be dismantled and remade, for only this process awakens you to the fullness of your identity in me. Pressure reveals the gems embedded within you, exposes their brilliance. The friction of persevering faith polishes rough edges into facets that catch and reflect divine light. In these facets, these intricacies refine through adversity. The radiance of my light blazes forth undimmed. What the world labels as weakness is in fact great strength, where my power and glory dwell most. Manifest, allow me to restore your soul. Drink deeply of my spirit and live abundantly. The battle has been won. The victory is already yours. Lift high your head, for you have overcome. Divine purpose throbs through your being still. You shall bear much fruit that remains, seated deep in eternity. No temptation can deter you. No arrow prevails against you. Move forward now into broad places of authority, influence, and inheritance prepared for you since the foundation of the world. Receive now the bounty befitting your rank in my kingdom. Boldly ask of me. Petition my throne for the release of any and every provision needed for the next leg in your adventure with me. All heaven's reserves stand open before you. My endless resources await your request. Take hold of enlargement in body, soul, and spirit. Benefit from my extravagant response to faith displayed through pressure. The harvest you have longed for is already ripe and waiting. Now believe and receive all that I have set aside for you. Brother will forsake brother. Friend will abandon friend. Love will cool. Trust will evaporate like morning dew. Many hearts will harden, unwilling to face the truth, staring them in the face. The world's authorities will pretend to offer remedies, speaking with smooth words. They will unveil new systems in the name of safety, but in reality they forge chains. What they appear to grant with one hand, they will strip away with the other. Those who submit to their conditions will find themselves locked into contracts they barely understand. The price of peace will be submission. The cost of security will be freedom. A profound shaking is coming, not just in the earth, but in the depths of every soul. Those who built on shifting sand will feel it crumble beneath them. Those who trusted in their own prowess will discover it insufficient. Those who believed they could stand alone will fall. Only those anchored in truth will endure the approaching storm. Lies will be made law, and truth speakers will be cast out. A time is coming when declaring what is right will be seen as rebellion, when righteousness is labeled as evil, and evil is upheld as good. Those who refuse to comply will be despised, not for wrongdoing, but for resisting conformity. The world will crave unity, but it will be a unity grounded in compromise, not truth. A counterfeit light will arise, fooling many. It will promise hope and reconciliation, painting itself as the cure. It will call itself the answer, yet it is the deepest deception. Nations will welcome it, drained by conflict, longing for stability. They will not detect the snare until they are entangled, and by then it will be too late. Kingdoms will shift, borders will be redrawn. The power structure of the world will be rearranged, not only by warfare, but by deals formed in secrecy. What was once unimaginable will become ordinary. The mighty will consolidate power, and a new regime will emerge under the pretense of serving the common good, though it actually benefits a privileged few. Many will receive a mark, not initially by force, but by choice. The pressure will build, conveniences will be compelling, and people will step into the trap one by one. It will appear harmless at first, advertised as practical, wise, and good. But soon refusal will be impossible. What was once optional will become law. Those who resist will be cut off, not always by outright violence, but through exclusion. Even now, the groundwork is being laid. The technology and infrastructure are in place. They only await the crisis that will usher it in. The world will cry out for a solution, and when it arrives, they will embrace it without hesitation, celebrating a salvation whose price they cannot comprehend. Yet you must not be misled. Do not follow blindly or surrender your discernment for ease. The cost of standing firm is high, but compromising exacts a far greater toll. When that day comes, when the world demands your allegiance, remember, to gain the world yet lose your soul is no victory at all. Some will argue that resistance is pointless, that to set yourself apart accomplishes nothing. They fail to see that triumph is not gauged by the body's survival, but by the soul's perseverance. Many will bow, convinced there is no other path, unaware of where it truly leads until it is too late. The faithful will be few, sometimes pursued through rules, regulations, and the gradual tightening of control. Their refusal to comply will cost them dearly, but they will persist. They will not be forgotten or abandoned. Though the world rejects them, they will stand by my power, not by human strength. Even in the gathering darkness, the light will not be snuffed out. In quiet places, truth will still be declared. In hidden assemblies, believers will hold firm. Forced underground, they will not be silenced. Cast out, they will not be lost. Their endurance is not of themselves, but of the one who called them. Wonders will happen in the tempest. Provision will arrive when all seems lost. Strength will arise in places of apparent defeat. Those who trust will see what others cannot fathom. The world will marvel at how they endure, stand, and push forward despite overwhelming odds. They will fail to see that people of faith do not rely on what they see. Though the days be long and the nights filled with sorrow, many will succumb, worn down not by swords, but by exhaustion. Some will surrender, believing they have no choice. They will justify their decision by insisting survival is more crucial than truth. They will urge others to join them, calling resistance foolish and unnecessary. They will label compromise as wisdom and adaptation as virtue. But in that moment, They will have traded their souls for momentary relief. Yet there will be those who refuse. They will not yield, regardless of the price. They will stand when all others collapse. Their might will not come from themselves, but will be unbreakable. They will face rejection, persecution, and hardship. Though the world strips them of everything, they lose nothing of true worth, for what they hold cannot be taken away. The final deception will surpass all that came before, so convincing and pervasive that even the strong in faith may sense doubt. It will not appear threatening, but inviting. It will not manifest as darkness, but as light. Many, even those who believed they would never stumble, will find themselves on the brink of compromise, hesitating. Cling to what is true. Do not surrender. The road ahead may be harder than you imagined, but the reward is greater than you can comprehend. All these trials will not last forever. The pain will not persist, and suffering will not go unredeemed. At the end of it all, when every prophecy is fulfilled and every tear is wiped away, those who have endured will stand triumphant. For soon what has been promised will be unveiled. Soon the darkness will be dispelled. Soon the true King will take his throne. My beloved child, as this divine message comes to a close, remember that my voice continues to echo in every moment of your life. Return to this sacred space time and again, where my eternal truth renews your spirit and fortifies your soul. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss the sacred insights that guide your path. Share these revelations with those who hunger for light, and let my love shine through your words and deeds. I remain with you always. Come back, dwell in my promises, and let my eternal guidance transform every step of your journey. Amen.